Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. What an exciting time, both for our agentic tech future and for Airwallex. San Francisco is actually, I think it's been a second home for me for the past 20 years, but I've spent more and more time here, and I think it's just getting more and more exciting as Airwallex is investing more in the US. And certainly on days like today, we have reason to celebrate. Airwallex announced our Series H today, an $11 billion valuation, raising over $300 million. So a very exciting day. Just 12 months ago, we've almost doubled in valuation. And I think it's not just the next 1 to 2 years on the trajectory that I think we will continue to grow and compound, but the next 5, 10, 20 years as we continue to build the future of finance. And agents and AI is going to be a really big part of that. I also want to share a number of other exciting announcements that we've had over the past week. I'll come to those shortly. But first, I want to take a step back. We're talking about agentic finance. I want to talk about agentic commerce. I think agentic commerce is actually, the technology is here. The agent era is here. It's 2026. But the adoption is still a way away. We need to take merchants and consumers on a journey to actually adopt this technology. It's not just a technology challenge. You also need that understanding. You need that trust from the people and the businesses to drive that widespread adoption. If we think back to the early internet era, as we moved online for e-commerce, there was a trust gap in consumers wanting to share their credit card details online and having confidence they were making the right purchase. For merchants, they also wanted to make sure the consumer had the right intent. They had to build trust through asking not only your credit card details, but also your social security number and 20 other fields you need to fill in just to make the purchase. Now, we've moved past that phase. The trust was built. We're there. So the big question today is, what's needed for agentic commerce to build the same levels of trust? The thing about agentic commerce is it takes place on our behalf. It happens under the hood. It requires believing without seeing. Merchants and consumers need confidence that it's working to their benefit. So this is more of an operational challenge than a technical one. And I think this is especially true for cross-border transactions, where you've got different financial networks operating in different regions to facilitate a transaction. Each of these systems having their own unique and special requirements. So agentic commerce needs to really operate in this real world of diverse financial networks. So what is this baseline for gaining and keeping trust? I think it is deterministic, reliable, accountable systems that have legible understanding to the users about how they resolve issues. It has clear permissions, payment protections, security, fraud prevention. It's got to be compliant with those local permits, regulation, licenses. It's got to support those payment rails, those local rails in each of these different regions. And it's this combination of understanding, regulatory understanding, the technology, the infrastructure, along with those modern technologies, that's actually going to bring that banking into the agentic era. And Airwallex excels at this, particularly in the cross-border space. Airwallex has been building regulated global financial infrastructure for the past 10 years. And we've collapsed many fintech categories into one ubiquitous global system. We've done this using modern APIs from the beginning. This is not necessarily flashy, but it is a necessary foundation for this agentic commerce era. A foundation that also needs to scale to newer technologies, like stablecoins, for example, that need to operate in this same global financial system rather than off to the side. So Airwallex is the global financial infrastructure that's the baseline for agentic commerce and the agentic future. So on top of this infrastructure, we can now build the applications. This infrastructure is going to allow agentic commerce applications to become truly global. These applications in the era of agentic commerce are going to create a loop, an agentic commerce loop across merchants, shoppers, and builders. For merchants, Airwallex has built an agentic commerce suite to allow merchants to be discoverable in terms of their catalog, their services, and their payment methods. And for consumers, we've provided a mechanism to securely store their payment methods to operate in the agentic commerce loop. And the product we've built for consumers is Airy. Airy was announced today. And it's starting as a one-click checkout solution, allowing the card details of shoppers to be securely stored and tokenized for utilization across the Airwallex payments network. But over time, Airwallex will become the financial identity layer. Airy will become, as a wallet, the primitive fund source in this agentic commerce loop. Airy is already today compatible with Visa's agentic protocol. It automatically can create Visa cards that are permissioned for single transactions, for a single merchant, for a specific amount. Thank you, Visa, for being part of our panel today. And it's really exciting. It's for Airwallex to be moving from B2B into a direct consumer product as well. But if I step out from agentic commerce and think more about agentic finance more broadly, there's a number of other products that Airwallex has introduced. Airwallex has been working with CFOs and with financial operations team for the last 10 years. But AI adoption is still very low. CFOs know they need to utilize AI to, well, the expectations are higher than ever. They need to automate their systems. They need to become more efficient. But a Forrester report found that only 11% of finance teams' work is actually autonomous today. So why is that the case? I think it's genuinely difficult for CFOs to understand how to layer in AI technologies, especially when they're moving so quickly, into their existing financial stack. But it's not necessarily their responsibility to do this. It's actually our responsibility, companies like Airwallex, to bring those AI technologies into financial infrastructure in a way that is thoughtfully integrated so you can get the benefit of those financial services and that understanding from AI about how it should work with those financial services and bring that automation to the financial operations teams and the CFOs themselves. So this week we announced 3 products: T0, AgentOS, and Kai. T0 is our AI-native finance platform that replaces a fragmented stack of accounting systems, bookkeeping, reporting, revenue recognition, monthly close, and financial operations with one always-on system. T0 operates like a finance team for small and medium businesses, and it's built from first principles with AI at the center, not a bolted-on product. T0 has just been released. It's in private beta. It'll be fully launched in the next few months, and congratulations to Lance and the team for deploying T0. Airwallex AgentOS. AgentOS is our toolkit for using Airwallex via AI platforms. Airwallex infrastructure has always provided a robust set of APIs, but we understand that it's now agents and AI platforms that are interacting with our financial services. So we introduced a command line interface. We introduced MCP servers, and we introduced Markdown-based documentation to cater for those agents. We've also built plugins working with Anthropic, welcome to our panel tonight as well, plugins for Claude Code, Claude Cowork, and Cursor. And we've already deployed a set of skills on GitLab for developers to get started in allowing agents to now interact with financial infrastructure. So all of these services in recognition that it will be agents starting to work with financial infrastructure via these technologies. Humans, I have something for you. Don't feel left out. Natural language is the way that we are interacting with technology today, from the desktop to the browser to the mobile phone, and now natural language such as chat and voice. Kai is Airwallex's AI assistant to work with our financial services directly in the web app. Kai is more than just answering your questions and providing you documentation. If you need to receive funds from a customer in the Netherlands, you can ask Kai to set up a global account for you to receive money in euros. If you want to create a payment link and embed it into your invoice, ask Kai. And if you want to know your GCP spend in 2026, you can ask Kai. Kai was actually launched in the last few months. Kai has already helped over 10,000 businesses set up Airwallex with their unique requirements. And in terms of operational support, Kai is already doing 88% of our operational needs without human intervention. So really exciting to see the adoption of Kai. And one more B2B initiative that I'm very proud to share with you tonight. Metal came out of stealth today. Metal is an independent blockchain project for stablecoins and tokenized financial assets. It's optimized for B2B money movement. It is private and it is regulated. Airwallex is proud to be an investor and a partner in design and distribution with Metal. Welcome Lung and Catherine, our co-founders who are here tonight. And I'm very excited to see how Metal is adopted in the near future. Okay, thank you. To close out, I want to come back to trust. Agentic commerce will need trust to succeed. Airwallex is thank you for helping to build that trust with the Airwallex use over the past 10 years. But I'm very proud to share the stage with our panel tonight. We've got guests from Anthropic, from Google, and from Visa. Welcome. And my own Mohammed to lead the panel tonight. Please welcome our guests.